right. All right. Very good to everybody out there. It is your ultimate warrior apprentice, warrior junior, the one, the only. He's here. He's still going. Don't ask how, but he's going. And this episode's brought to you by the Chai Spice Tea with the secret ingredients. So we got about an hour before I head off to the market. So might as well engage you people. Engage. You know what that's from, right? You Star Trek TNG fans, the Next Generation. That was kind of like my last call with Star Trek. I grew up with the original series. Well, when I say I grew up with the original series, I don't go back to the 60s, but I remember watching it on KCOP, Channel 13. They used to run it like around 11:30 at night, back to back. I think they ran back to back episodes. Kind of cool, into like the 80s. I think they had that on. You had some cable channel. They had the Next Generation every night, an episode. I used to watch that over at my friend Ruben's place. Remember, he had a friend, Jeff, that passed away. Jeff Morgan. Yeah, kind of a sad story. I guess I can run over, I can tell you a little about him real quick. He's kind of a good guy, like I don't really know a lot. There's a lot of stories with him. We didn't really know if he was telling the truth, this and that, half truths, half lies. His dad was like in the German Luftwaffe, is what his claim was, but we found out his dad actually was the U.S. Air Force. Was in the U.S. Air Force. So there's a lot of he was a little out there. I helped him get on SSI, which was he thanked me for that. He wound up getting it in 4 months. So he lived with my friend Ruben, and kind of a cool dude. We all kind of life and things, get into some arguments all the time. And I guess what happened was he was kind of a very likable guy. There was this guy Jay that we knew that we'd all like to hang out with Jeff, take him out places and things. I went with Jeff to Tijuana once. It's kind of cool, and his claim was his son died, or his son was murdered, or some kind of crazy thing. So I just let it go at that. We didn't want. When someone says that, you don't want to dig deep because we're not psychologists. We're just friends. And he was happy to have a place to live and everything. And it's what happened. I remember there was some blow up or some ridiculous thing where I kind of like held my ground and something, and then he just got really mad. He said, "Don't come around anymore." Okay. And he kind of like forgot about it. He started to have like, I guess, kidney problems or some type of health problems, and doctors said, "Don't drink anymore," and he just went out and bought a 20-pack. He didn't care. And I remember I saw Ruben like in Rite Aid, like 3 weeks before like Jeff died. He said, "He doesn't look good. He doesn't look good." And he basically, what happened was he went to the bathroom. He walked out of the bathroom and he basically collapsed and bled to death right there. It's pretty sad, He told me about it. And he drank himself to death. Wow. That's sad. It's guy. He was 49. Like he just didn't care. Wow. Some people say they don't care, but this guy really didn't care. It's a shame. It's a shame. But yeah, I guess that's all I want to say about him. I don't know why. I just sometimes I think about him. Sometimes he's a good guy, but it's kind of sad, when you think about good people that don't want to get help or just don't want to attack an illness or something. Like with me, it was like gambling. I hadn't been in the casino in 3 months, and for me, those kind of places are toxic for me. Um, you know, I lose, I want more. I want to win. I want to get my money back. I win. I want to win more. So it's a really hellacious cycle of kind of keeping me in prison there. You know, when I was a kid, it was like fun, right? But then it goes into like an addiction for me, just the way that I'm wired. Um, I got back into natural like bodybuilding, also like with martial arts fighting and stuff like that. And I'll take instead of like I'll take all of my money. I'll buy good food at the market. Just I don't care what it costs. I really don't. I try to save a little here and there, but like I see something good and it's a little more, I fucking buy it. I don't even think about it. That's just how I do it. It's like this tea. It's $3 for a fucking 20 pack, whatever. You know, I used to go buy beers like it was crazy. And I just didn't realize that shit was wearing me down little by little. You know, I bought this powder. I forgot the company, but it's like a BCA, branched chain amino acids, and I take that after my workout. I used to just take like carrot juice with like a little bit of cayenne pepper, different carrot juice after, for recovery. And I say, hey, let me spend. It's like $25 for this flavored branched chain amino acids. I used to have some amino fuel. They just don't make it anymore by Twin Lab. So, I just whatever. Okay, so I bought it, and it's really good. I could tell too. I just have a good sense of quality for supplementation and stuff. Um, I learned more as I got older, educated myself. I really thought I knew. I mean, boy, like I don't know if you guys knew about like EAS when it came out late '90s. Experimental Applied Sciences. They made a lot of stuff in this. I used to just hammer the protein powder, hammer it in whole milk, and yeah, I gained all right. Like, but then I wound up having kidney stone surgery because all that powder turns to stone. Milk calcium is crazy. Like, so I said, oh, I'm done with bodybuilding now. I'm done. And I said, no, no, no. You know what? I could do this with whole food. I could do this with food, all that eating instead. So, I limit my powders. I have this peanut butter powder. I put a little bit on oatmeal um, every morning, and it's because I used to have like the flavored oatmeal. Just too much sugar in that shit, dude. So just get the fucking 1 minute oats, the big canisters, whatever, and then I put like the PB Fit, I think it's called. I just mix some of that shit in there, and it's good. You get your protein peanut butter powder in there with your oatmeal. It's like, dude, banana in there, eat a banana. Fuck, dude. I mean, you fucking, you know, gains will come. Gains will come. It just takes time. You get older, but let me tell you something. You can start small. You start um, liquid egg whites. I do that after. I have my one meal, some light. I hit the gym. I vary stuff up sometimes, but I like to have something to eat first, wait a little bit, and then go to the gym. Recovery drink, and then take a shower, and then meal. I'll do like mashed potatoes in the morning. I'll do mashed potatoes with egg whites, with a little bit of this buttermilk ranch dressing on the side, and what my ex-girlfriend used to call GP sausage, general public general population banquet. Those little sausages. I'll have like three of those sometimes. But what I'll do is nuke them. Here's what you got to get that grease out of there. You got to get that fucking grease and oil out of there. Take a paper towel and get all that crap, soak up all that grease out of there. I know the grease is the flavor, the oils and shit. That shit will kill you. So, and I do that with my ground turkey, with my ground beef, and my ground chicken. Okay. Once I make it in a pot, and then I take it out. The oil, the fat and stuff still in the pot, right? But what I do is I put it on a. I know like George Foreman, they have the grill thing where it all comes out, all the grease. But what I'll do is I'll put all the shit on a paper towel, soak up a lot of it, throw that shit, and it's like it's fine, like it's get a good amount of it out of there. That's the key. Fuck the I know the taste and shit like that, but you know what? You get older, you just don't want that crap, man. It's just crap. Think about just you want to be eating quality, quality, quality. Look, I know, dude. I like a little ice cream. I know it's like me too. Um, but you know what? Just try to do your best to put quality in. Um, I know I like to have a little bit, like a Haagen Dazs and some chocolate ice cream bars every once in a while, stuff like that. I know I do. I do it too. I do it too. Um, but I try to like keep that shit at bay, for what it is. Um, so I call it like eating clean. I know it's hard. I go by the In-N-Out Burger. I'll go there sometimes, get a vanilla milkshake burger if I feel like it. From you know, but I walk everywhere. So, but still, it's like you want to just put in quality fuel, quality fuel. Why not? Might not taste the greatest at times, but um, you believe me, your body will reward you. Um, I went to the gym like twice yesterday. I guess they call it two a dayers sometimes. And I write everything down. Um, when I was real serious and I was making my gains um, years ago, I would write down, day what I did, and at night what I did. Um, because that's important, to constantly remind yourself, of your progress, of all your hard work. Sometimes I question, boy, man, I'm in my gym, I'm working my ass off, and these fucking people, it's like they're just like when I talk about asteroids, and there are asteroids in the gym too, and I just have to maintain focus, concentrate. Don't worry about the air conditioning mechanic that's working on the fucking. I couldn't really kick the heavy bags because the guy had his ladder. He was working on the fucking air conditioning vent. So I said, all right, just focus on the leg work then. Like you know, I think I said this before. I didn't coin this, but I know somebody said you can count on any gym how many people, like on one hand, how many people have really good legs. Um, yeah, well, women. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like dudes. And I'm talking that from the perspective of because it is tough as fuck. If you're doing leg work properly, it'll take more out of you than anything. Than anything. You know, and I'm not talking about the seated, the easy shit. Seated leg extension. Like you work in the front. It's like that's not the mass builder. The mass is in your ass and in your whole thigh region. And the only way to build that area to get into all of that um, is by those compression squat movements or any type of way that the knee is compressed. The hip joint. It's being that whole area is being worked. Um, I know they have like seated leg presses and shit like that. I just never really got any real gains off of that. My gains came from either regular squats with the Olympic bar or what I do now, the one arm dumbbell on the shoulder, and then other hand holding something steady, a pole or whatever I can get, and then going up and down, staying in that range, in that zone. You don't see anybody. I know I didn't invent the exercise. I mean, look, there's exercise like the Jefferson squats. You never see anybody doing those, but I know about this because I research. I watch everything. Um, so I'll do like I said. I switch. I'll do one shoulder and then put the weight, drop the weight down, catch my breath, wait, try it because it takes so much out of you, and then try another 20 reps, other shoulder. My left side's weaker than my right, but I do it. I grind it out. And what I like, there's kind of like there's a corner in my gym, and I got this giant fan, that makes a lot of noise, and I love it because I can go in that corner, and that sound of the fan amplifies. So like at least when I'm really grinding, I can really give out some, grunts, because it's the hardest thing that I will do. Exercise, period. There's nothing close. Um, and at least the whole gym is not looking at me, and like I don't care what they're thinking, but I'm not there to make as much noise as possible. I'm there to work as hard as possible. And if you watch like Dorian Yates, it shows like his training when his prime is like in a dungeon because that's what they needed. Those guys, you don't understand. Like if you're really doing gut grinding work, you're gonna make, you're gonna scream. It's hard. Yeah, the body looks incredible, like, but it's forged. Do you understand? It's forged through pain. It's the muscle is forged through. Now I know there's a lot of like, you can do. I've seen people do light weights that have decent, I guess I don't know what they're taking. I know for me, I am challenged genetically not to be like incredibly built, like I'm not built for power. Um, I have, I'm a male with the genetics of my mom. So I'm just not big, like I'm not designed to be big. That's why I have to work 10 times harder than anybody else to get the littlest of gains. But I can kind of, believe me, I can tell, like when I do those squats and everything like that, I can feel the pump in my legs. And that means like, all right, you're going in the right direction. You're doing it. Um, it's a combination of knowledge and follow through kind of thing. Like, I've seen there's exercises that could be extremely hard to do, but they ain't gonna give you jack, you know, and they're not gonna get you jacked. So, you want to like build on your knowledge. You want to be like an arsenal of knowledge of what you're doing. So it's like, yeah, you're doing you're doing the most efficient, hardest work possible, and you're making the maximum gains possible. That's what it is. These guys you see, I've seen like what Dexter Jackson talked about this. If I could lift 20-pound like light weights and be huge, I would do. Look, these guys are on a ton of gear, dude. Um, and the gear allows them to train harder, to eat the, like all that shit anabolic. So, their knowledge is kind of like what they're trying to impart to you is kind of irrelevant because it works for them. Now, if you're on a ton of stuff, good. I don't know what to tell you because I'm not. I do this pretty much naturally. Now, I will admit that I do experiment with some SARMs. Stuff I've taken years ago. Um, different types of the stuff that I've heard that there's no problem with it. I've never had a problem with any SARMs except there was one, and I forgot even what the name is because I threw it out. I noticed, and it's not the company. It's by MP Labs. This one SARMs that I think, and some guy too. He also told me the same thing. Maybe you're peeing out blood. It was like light red or something. So I discontinued that one immediately, and my urine returned to normal. Besides that one, all the other SARMs I've taken, I've never had an issue with. And naturally, I've always had acne kind of issues or whatever. I don't know, hormonal kind of things, um, rash kind of breaking out stuff. But if it's not life threatening, I take the gains. I don't care. I'm not going to let a little bit of breakout stop me from making, my gains, progress. That's how I look at it. I don't go to the gym to waste time. I used to. And actually, no, I never. Let me retract what I just said. Sorry, I was looking at the phone to get a good gauge of time. Um, I don't know why most, I guess I don't know. I don't know how gays think because I'm not one of them. So I don't know what their agenda is. I know why I go to the gym, because it's to whatever it is. When I was in serious, dancing, I practiced just dancing in the gym, in the aerobics room, and then I would get into it with people because, whatever it is, I'm very serious about what I do, and they're not. They're whatever they're doing. They're just there to waste time. And those kind of people just never really amount to anything, in my opinion. The people that are like you're the best at what they do are people that have really, grinded. They might be exceptionally talented. They work their ass off, and that's me. But again, I'm getting older, and I know I'm not the maybe Barishnikov or fucking Conor McGregor or Bruce Lee or fucking Sean Roden. Like I'm naming all these best of everything: bodybuilding, martial arts, all these dancing. I know I'm mentioning everything, but my point is, I'm just not your normal kind of dude. Um, I got to go hard in everything, and that's just the way that I am, man. I get into it. I get into it. Like when I was playing chess, I was dead serious, and of course, I lose. But you see, you lose because you're outplayed, but you lose because you get one up. These people generally have more knowledge than you, and so what you have to do instead of getting mad when you lose, you got to like put all that anger into more study, into more practice, into more work, and because that's the only way you're going to improve. And in bodybuilding and fitness, that basically equates to more focus, more learning. For me, it's the eating has always been kind of now that I know, okay, well, I'm not taking all the powders anymore like I used to, so it's got to be done by food, and I don't skimp, man. I got this. I just had this chicken verde enchiladas green, by Trader Joe's. Really good. Highly recommend. It's like 750, but for like something unique, right? But it's quality. It's quality, and that's what I recommend, dude. Spend the more money, get quality shit. Um, if you can't afford it, what do I have to say to you? What are you spending? What are you spending your money on? You know, your car. Whatever you're putting good gas in the car. You really need it. Whatever you want. So everything. Remember, I talk about this. You got to be willing to take something out, give something up to allow something in. How much are you willing to sacrifice to achieve anything? And most people ain't willing to sacrifice nothing. Um, you know, and that's why they really are nothing, I guess. I don't know. I listened to this thing today on YouTube about this, where the Jordan Peterson talked about, this 1% control, basically all the wealth, right? And then the 1%, the top 10% of that 1% control even more, and then the top 1% of that 1%, like they control everything, just about. And it's really interesting to think about. I used to think about, like, what do you need all this money for? What do you need all this money if you have enough? Because that money can influence power. Like it could influence the laws, get things to change in your favor, whatever you want. Um, we're 10 days away from the 9/11, my expose, which is really important. I will tie this all in to everything. Um, and that's all I'm going to say right now about it. But, in 10 days, we will, I will do my expose, and we'll open up about that. Not, a lot of people are going to be upset, but you know what? I don't care. I'm for what I feel is right, and, I'm not the only one. You know, when generally there's something fishy going on, guess what? There's something fishy. Everything changes, dude. Still the U.S., but let me tell you, man. things change. Remember that. Um, so let me stick with investing in yourself kind of thing, which I think is important. When I used to go to the casino and I take whatever I had, gambled, and I walk out and I would be broke. And I do that. See, I just gave this casino $1,000, $1,500, $500, $300, whatever, or more. You take that money and invest it in yourself. My friend, he used to go to this gym costing $350 a year. Could have paid for a year. Like instead of giving it to the casino for a day, whatever you lose there. Instead of dropping $100 there, think about the good quality food you could buy. I told you about the BCAAs cost like $25. Um, the egg whites, man, it's like expensive. A carton of that's like $5.50, right? Think about it, instead of blowing $100 at the casino, take that $100, invest it in yourself. My friend tells me about these pair of sweats that Nikes cost $100. I said, $100 for a pair of Nike sweats? And this guy's not affluent by any means, but at least that's what you want. Take that $100 and go buy those sweats. Buy some, make something that makes you happy. You know, I talk about this, the channel about the women thing all the time. I walked by, I was coming home from the gym, today. I saw this chick. Damn it, she was about a minute ahead of me. She was coming toward me, but she cut through the shopping mall to go up the block, and I just didn't want to like stalk her. I didn't want to do that, but she's wearing like she had like good boobs, a black tube top. Oh man, she was wow. I just wish I could have got a really good look. I was trying. I would say something nice. Like I tried, and that ain't being a pervert, man. That's a natural. I'm a natural, a regular man. Okay. Don't let these people. Don't let these people fuck you like this. That lesbian, that little piece of shit, called me a pervert. Called me like a homophobic. Don't let these people try to put you in your place because you don't conform to their society and their thinking and their area. Okay, I am not homophobic. I have used the F term in many previous episodes out of frustration. Okay, out of frustration. And listen, I've seen people use an N word out of angry, whatever, like that. But hey, guess what? You act like that, you deserve to be called that. Okay. Now, I have no hate against them. All right. I don't care. They're irrelevant to me as far as like me trying to meet women. I don't hate women, nothing. I'm not angry. I'm just passionate about, everything. And it's difficult. And that woman, what she was trying to do was get me out of the area of what she's trying to do, what she was trying to do. I've heard that people say you don't belong here kind of thing. Hey, you know what? We all belong. And I said, I'm part of the solution, not part of the problem. Okay? And I believe in equality. I believe we all have the rights to be here. And, the difficulties of meeting women is hard. In West Hollywood, whatever, LA, I don't know. I watched this thing where this woman walks around New York City and all these guys whistling at her and everything like that. And it's just, oh, what she has to go through. Oh my God, what she has so tough. Okay, that's just great. Because you know what? It's hard to get. It's hard to get. And anybody that says not, because I know why. Because you go back, what I said a couple minutes ago, the top 1% take everything. Those dudes in the top 1%, they got 100 women chasing them. All right? And I'm nothing. So that's the reason why it's so hard for me to get. Because I'm not in the top bracket. If I was, there would be no channel. There would be no need for it. You know, it's a bishna charpa. We say that's a bishna charpa in Yiddish means it's a crying shame. It's a shame, that I got to go out and pay, like, and hope. It's so sad, to pay to get a little quote unquote massage. It's very, very, very difficult for me to meet women, the ones I like, even anything. And a woman, she just, I don't know, what was it in the Rocky Balboa? In the last movie when he goes, you know, he said, "Screw you, creepo." Like, put downs can last a long time. And I said, "You call me whatever you want. Call me pervert. Call me everything, but that's not true. It's not true because she's just trying to like play hardball and get me out of here. Like, they see one guy. It's. She didn't even want to know like about me, and I was right. I'm standing out there in the open. Like, I'm not hiding out or anything. And I'm not getting. I wasn't defensive. I started to get defensive once you walk away because I said, let's have a. It'd be great to have a normal conversation where I explain what I'm doing here. I'm standing outside this. At first, you can't go in anymore because if you're not vaccinated. I'm not getting vaccinated, so I'm not going in. It's Sunday night. There's no other places in the area. Nothing's really open, and so West Hollywood's really hopping. So there's a saying, like I think it's a guy. Was it Brand Cameron something? He does like a warrior trading. He said, and he makes his money. He says, dude, you want to play in the sandbox where all the other kids are. That's where all the action is. And so that's advice still applies. Like, there's nothing else on Sunset. There's nothing going on. So I'm going to go to where the women are. I'm going to go to where the action is. Now, sure, there's tons of gays out there, but you know what? I don't let them relevant. I'm looking for the women. I'm trying to meet women. And there are plenty of straight women that go out, that go out into that area. So I'm not being a pervert. I'm not, I'm trying to meet women. Like I'm going in the sandbox where everybody's playing, and I know. So in her mind, you're a creepo. You're a creepo. What are you doing here? What am I doing here? I thought we're all equal. I thought it's called equality. I thought that gays and straights were all supposed to get along, but no, they make it seem like no, this is only for us. You shouldn't be here. You're not allowed, kind of here. Hey, it goes. You know what? I've seen gay people in straight bars all the time. I don't judge them. Okay, I don't judge them. Well, they're not trying to pick up on guys. All right, point. There's a point. There's a point. Okay, there's a counter argument, but you know what? That counter argument, it still doesn't nullify the fact that there are more straight people that live per capita in West Hollywood than gay people. Look it up. By far. It's like 70-30. It just looks that way because the Santa Monica Boulevard's a major artery because of the stuff they have over there. But you know what? Hey, I'm not stopping them from getting what they want, and they shouldn't stop me from trying to get what I need. That's how life should work. Why can't people help each other? Why can't people? Because they don't. They don't. People are generally selfish out of their own selfish needs, what they want. They're not here to help you. They're not here to. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't have any. I don't really know any. I don't know any gay people, and nobody's really helping me to meet women. So it's kind of like I'm off on my own. I'm off on my own and try to do my own thing. And in life, and anything you do, anything you stick your neck out there, there's going to be people that are going to try to shove your head into the ground, one way or the other. That's what that woman tried to do to me, that lesbian. She tried to get me out of there. I've had people try to do this before, and the problem is with them, those individuals, not with me. I mean no harm. I mean no problem. And you know what? I'm not going to stop because you being uncomfortable about me being there. I got to go where I got to try to go everywhere and anywhere. Don't let society tell you, you can't go out at this time. You can't go at here at this time. You shouldn't be standing outside of this place. You shouldn't be going there because what that does, it snowballs into everything. It leads to procrastination. It leads to you not taking being a little brazen and sticking your neck out there. And if you don't, I swear to fucking God, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but you'll be 48 years old, which I am about, and you won't have nothing. You won't have anything because I allowed society to put me in my place and keep me there. And like now recently I've been brazen. I've been sticking my neck out there. Do you have anything to show for it? I say I play the own devil's advocate just in case in the future people listen to this. And what I'm doing is I'm throwing out responses. So if you are thinking that answer, I try to answer it for you. Um, do I have anything to show for it? How do I say this? Peace of mind. There's a peace of mind that comes with standing up for yourself in life. I know that, well, you're not getting laid, though. Yeah, but you know what? You're building character. You're building, like, remember what I said about society will beat you to your knees and keep you there. And it's so true. Now, I might not be getting action, the same, I know. But do you know the analogy of like the seed, the tree that grows, the seed is underground. You don't see it growing through. Through you see it, right? But the real work is done underground where you don't see the work put in. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing this bold, all the crap I'm going through, all this. That's the seed fighting. That's the root of the plant working its way up through the hard. It's a hard way to get through, to crack through, to get to grow, to get the light. It's hard, man. And a lot of people, they're not going to do that. They're not going to challenge themselves because of society. They're going to allow society to tell them, no, you're weird. Oh, you're a pervert. Oh, you're a creepo. You're doing things abnormally. You're standing here by yourself. Yeah, you know why I'm by myself? Because I'm the only one that stands up for that's trying to challenge himself and do something to get what he wants. And most people ain't gonna do that. They scared because they're gonna get ridiculed. They're gonna get like the people point the finger at you, creep over. Hey, if you really you come at me and you call me that, you're not gonna win because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beat you intellectually, and you will not have a leg to stand. Those people that try to come up and challenge me, like they always lose. They always lose because they're not there to help you. If they try to engage you, because then what happens is then you have a normal discussion and then they see what you're really about and then they don't have a leg to stand on. So they won't do that because they don't have the backbone to be able to see. They're not there to help you. They're to criticize you. They're there to like push you down and push you out is what they're trying to do. Okay. They're basically like bouncers in a way that well, a bouncer doesn't. Okay, maybe I'll retract that. Um, okay, let's say a mean bouncer. Maybe a wrong bouncer, somebody that like is throwing you out for the wrong reasons or something. Like they don't know. You're not doing anything wrong. Um, but like it's just people that for jealous or something. Maybe, she's a lesbian. She's jealous because I'm trying to meet women and she wants women too. So that creates jealousy, animosity, or something. I don't know if animosity is the right word, but jealousy for sure. People don't like competition. Okay, I do. I do. I like competition. Do you know why? Because in my mind, there is no competition. There's no competition. If you're that good, there's no competition. Look at like Conor McGregor, right? He sits there. I listen to Ultimate. The guy talks shit. The guy talks shit. Here's what you don't see though. You don't see his fucking training, dude. You don't see that guy fucking how he trains is unbelievable, and that's why he's the best. And that's why you can. Now, there's people that are good too. They don't know how to talk. He does. He studies like The Rock. Know how to talk, yeah, and then they know how to perform. CM Punk knows how to fucking talk, knows how to perform. Add it up, and then you have a real. Those people I mentioned are icons, man. They make money. Those fucking people. Those are people are all millionaires, multi-millionaires, many, 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 many times over. Even CM Punk, yes, because they hone their craft. They honed this with their work ethic. People don't know how to do that. Floyd Mayweather knows that. It's like a modern day Muhammad Ali kind of. But you see, I didn't say it's not a modern day like he thinks he's the GOAT, greatest of all time. He's not. He's the greatest of this time. But you see, I said he's a modern day Muhammad Ali. He can't take away from that. He's in the shadow, black shadow. Cute. Yeah, I'd like to have some of that shadow money. Fuck. Imagine when you are any of those people, what kind of women you get? You get the best. It's like I eat good. I go and I spend on not restaurants, but um, market food, whatever I want to buy. Those guys can do that with women. Anything. And those women know they have to be so fucking incredible because if they're not, they will get kicked. They will get flicked like a fly, like nothing. You get blown away like nothing. I remember that one chick. I forget what her name is. I don't want to. I know what her name is. I don't want to tell you, but she goes to Vegas like once a couple times a year. She charges 5,000 to see her. Now I saw her. She's damn hot in my mind, like what I like, but she ain't 5,000 hot. Okay, getting no 5 grand off of me. I don't think there's a woman that I would give that kind of money to. I try to really, really, really think about it. I couldn't. I wouldn't give like a private fund for an hour with. I don't think there is. I don't. If there was, I would be able to say it. There isn't. There isn't. Yep. Anyway. Yeah. You know. Um. Get the market before they close. It's yeah. You're always going to be tested. I guess it goes with anything. If you're going to do shit that's a little abnormal, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested, and um, those people that are the proctors, the administrators of these tests, um, they're not going to give you a passing grade. It's not. It's kind of a weird. It's a societal test where it's you against you, like your beliefs. If you feel in your heart that you're doing the right thing, and you're going to have people, the peanut gallery sometimes, and that's what I call them. They come after you. Like I know it doesn't happen that often, but they do. Um, they can be brazen, and you cannot allow them to beat you to your knees and keep you there, and that's what they do. They're really good at that. Through psychological warfare, is what they try to do. They try to bully you. They try to like one up you. Like I'm telling you, I mean, it's Just stand up for yourself in life. Just stand up for yourself. If what you're doing is you believe in your heart is the right thing, stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Do not allow these dickheads to fucking push you around. Fuck them. Fuck them. They're not helping you. If they're not helping you and they're trying to, like, be better. Be better. I have a friend, he's a great guy. He never worked on his English. My English not so good. He never worked on it. So he never got his master's degree. He wanted to be a history teacher. He couldn't get his master's through National University. He's a good friend of mine. Struggling with health issues now. He let things get out of hand. But he never worked on his English, like, and that was important. And he became a security guard, Look, I'm not a perfect person myself. I'm not. I went through a lot of downtimes, a lot of wasted times, a lot of toxic times. And I'm glad, like, a lot of that shit's behind me. I told you, I spent years and years going to bars, just hanging out there all day, drinking. Shit led nowhere. Going to the casino all fucking day if I could afford it. Losing my money. Even if I won, I had to go back, lose more, win. It didn't matter. What does that shit get you, Escapism. Las Vegas for me is different. I don't go there to gamble. I want, like, opportunity out there. Like, I already talked about this. I want my own. I'd like to have my either, like, have a I can't have a sports card store because there's not enough, overhead, all that shit. Me and my buddy John, we were talking about, like, getting a small something, like, for tourists. They come in and sell their cards. Be able to, like, make it easy. We throw ideas out there. I like the idea. I like having my own warehouse where I could work out, in a real dungeon kind of thing. One of those fans that move real slow. A ring in there. I know Ryback lives out in Vegas, I think. He made some money. I think he owns his own house. He's an IC champion, so, Intercontinental for you that don't know. Something about Vegas. The freedom, the lights, excitement. The tourists, they go dancing. I'm not far from 50 years old, and I say to myself, the fuck am I doing in this West Hollywood if I'm not making it? You're not going to make it out there anyway. I mean, I get a small monthly check, guaranteed for the rest of my life. Not much. That's how I survive. I tried to sell on eBay, I tried everything. Crypto, I tried on eBay. I'm not making, it's like just nothing. I told you, I think I did an episode of how you can go to school professionally if you want. You ain't going to make life changing money. But, I mean, if you don't know, my best recommendation, if you say, if you're young and you don't know what to do, and you got, like, a decent mind, I said go to the Air Force. Because the Air Force, you're not a soldier, you're an airman. There's a difference. And, a lot of those people are pencil pushers, or pilots and stuff like that, but it's more of like the civilized military. Don't get me wrong. But if you're young, like, you still, you're going like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do. You know, getting money for college is one thing. You can get, like, a Pell Grant. You don't have to go to the military for that. But, you know, just don't waste time. Time, it's going to it's going to add up. When you're young, you don't realize it. You want to, like, build your credit, like, So you don't get old and fucked, you know? And I mean, I hate to sound hard on myself, but that's what it feels like when I live in my government housing, poor. It's like you don't want to let it get out of hand where you're old and then you're fucked. I mean, I've been looking into like trying to get my own condo in Vegas, trying to find, and I talked with lenders. Well, the first thing is you need a 570, 575, 570 FICO score. I'm working on repairing my credit to get that. But even that, when then you need, let's say 100,000 is a cost price. You need like 10% down, 15, 20, up to 20% down, say 20,000, And you start financing, let's say 80,000. Now the HO fee, the COA HOA fees are not much in these places I was looking at, but still, that shit on top of that shit, it adds up. The whole idea is to work yourself out of the hole, like so you don't wind up old and fucked. Look, this is one guy that I knew, like he said, he saved 10,000 a year for 10 years to get this condo bought in the 90s for 100,000. It's 10 years, dude. But that's what it took. Let's do 10,000 a year is nothing. Yeah, go ahead and save it. Go ahead and talk to me in 10 years. See how long that is. Fuck. You live till 100, 10% of your life if you live till 100. Somebody working, like a poor person, if they were smart, they could save that. When I mean poor is somebody that's working, let's say you work in a post office and making $15 an hour. If you saved, didn't you could salt that away if your expenses are not up there. But if you got kids, you got all this shit, oh my god. I hate to say it, you got kids, it's over. It's over. I mean, I don't know anything about that, but then your life is basically being transferred to them. That's what it is. That's what you did. That's what you did. You invested in procreation. And you know what? Gesundheit, we say. That means God bless you. If that was your dream, then that's great. But know what that entails. That's not me. I'm here for me. And that's it. When I'm gone, then I'm gone. I don't care about leaving nothing. I don't need a miniature version of me being here. I feel like I'm doing my time, and when it's over, good. I try to chase dreams. I try to challenge adversity. That's all I can do here. Anyway, I got to get to the market before they close. Maybe I'll get back on later. So I encourage you to be resilient, be perseverant. You're gonna get, resistance from people. That's the way life is. Try not to engage the morons. That's what they are. This one Fagala in the gym. He walks by me. He could have walked around me. He goes, "Excuse me," and I go, "You're excused." What I said. He didn't stop. He just kept going. He's a clown. He's an idiot. Fagala. Let's call him that. Whatever. Not to his face. I can be taken derogatory. I don't care. Look, they're irrelevant. They're just irrelevant. I don't care about them. I'm there for me. That's why I need my own dungeon. I need my own hardcore facility. The Conor McGregor, they talked about, you don't train in no baby fucking gyms. That's why I want to go to Vegas. I want to have my own fucking thing. It takes money, man. It all takes money. That's all it is. figure out a way. I'll figure out a way. If there's a way and it's reasonable, if I, my friend said like 30,000, that's doable. I think it's going to be a lot more than that, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the next episode, hopefully. All right. Warrior Jr. tells you to keep persevering and stay strong. Start like David Goggins says. Stay hard.